Hello, my name's Nicola and I work at Barnes and Museums. Today I've been for a walk and it's very cold. I had to wear all my winter woolies, my hat, my scarf and my gloves and my really big winter coat. But I've come back inside and it's nice and warm by the fire. I found a really old book that I used to have when I was a little girl and one of my favourite stories is in it. It's called The Elves and the Shoemaker. Once upon a time there lived a shoemaker and his wife. They owned a little shoe shop and made beautiful shoes. But unfortunately they were very poor. And one day they only had enough leather to make one last pair of boots. The shoemaker said to his wife, "I'm going to stay up late tonight and finish the last pair of boots." But he was very tired and his wife said, "No, don't do that. You need to rest. Please get up tomorrow and you can finish the boots when you're fresh." That night the shoemaker's wife made a wish. She wished that they would never ever be poor again. Ooh, this is dusty.
Hello, I'm Ellie Elf. Me and my friends are here to help the shoemaker and his wife make some shoes and boots. Tap, 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 so, making the shoemaker's money grow. Tap, 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 so, making the shoemaker's money grow.
The next morning the shoemaker went into his workshop to make the boots. When he got there he was astonished to find a finished pair of boots. He called to his wife, "Come and look at the boots," he cried. They were beautiful and the stitching was perfect, the heels were perfect, the boots were wonderful. He popped the boots in his shop window and it wasn't long before a customer came along to buy the boots. He had enough money to buy some more leather. He cut out some more boots and he left them in the workshop that night. The following day, more boots and shoes were made.
This is hard work, but we need to help. Tap, 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 so, making the shoemaker's money grow.
Every morning the shoemaker and his wife woke to find beautiful shoes and boots made from the night before. And very quickly word spread across the land that the shoes were such good quality that people came from far and wide to buy them. It wasn't long before the shoemaker and his wife became really rich. One night the shoemaker's wife said to her husband, "We really need to wait up and find out who are making all the shoes and boots for us. We need to say thank you to them." So that night they hid behind the door in the workshop and waited until it was very dark. They was getting very tired, but all of a sudden 3 little creatures popped in. They were elves. They would look very cold because they didn't have any gloves or scarves or winter woolies. They needed a coat. They were shivering, but they were busy making the shoes and the boots and singing a little song.
Tap, 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 so, making the shoemaker's money grow. Tap, 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 so, making the shoemaker's money grow.
The shoemaker's wife whispered to her husband, "I know, I will make them some clothes to thank them for all their help. I will knit them a scarf, a hat and some gloves and make them a winter coat." So the following day, the shoemaker's wife was busy making all the things for the elves. And instead of leaving leather to make into shoes and boots, they left the gifts with a letter saying thank you.
Look at these! New clothes for us! And a letter from the shoemaker and his wife saying thank you. I think our job here is done. Wow, I've got gloves and scarf and a coat too. I can go and play in the snow and have lots of fun. Come on, you two! Have fun in the snow, everyone!
The elves left the village and were never seen by the shoemaker and his wife again. But the shoemaker and his wife lived happily ever after and were never ever poor again. That's the end of today's story. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you again soon. Bye!